So let's get uncomfortable, shall we? Let's talk about whitewashing and blackwashing and any other type of washing you want. How about purple washing? Maybe Thanos will come down and play the Little Mermaid. Actually, I'd love to see that. Instead of a whole team of Avengers, you just got a handful of Aquaman going after him. With less spousal beating. But yeah, it seems to be a big button topic right now. You need like 2 keys, you initiate that shit, hit the button, put in a passcode, just to not get called, dude, what the
racist!
And I think that's insane. I think you can dislike something and still not be racist. Although mainstream media and a lot of these movie execs would like to tell you otherwise. In my opinion, both are equally as bad, or both can be equally as good. On the one hand, you got horrible whitewashing. On the other hand, they did really good. On this hand again, horrible blackwashing. And then you have the amazing jobs of it. I fully believe as long as you're a good actor and you play the role faithfully, or even better than your predecessors or what the source material is, I don't give a shit if you're green with yellow polka dots. I'm gonna like that shit. Look at Nick Fury. Most people under the age of, let's say, 25 to 30, hell, most people that haven't really read comics would think that Nick Fury is black because of Samuel L. Jackson. No. He's obviously white, but he was the best person for that role, and I feel there was nobody that could play Nick Fury better than Samuel L. Jackson in the live action shit. And then on the flip side of that, you got Angelina Jolie playing Fox in Wanted. If you don't remember what Wanted was, it was a nice bullet curving movie. You have fucking badass action scenes. A nerd picks up a keyboard and just smashes it across his boss's face. It's amazing. But, yet again, if you're not big in the comics, Fox was actually super fucking black in the comics. But Angelina Jolie killed it in that movie. So they took an established character in the comics, and then they found the best person in real life that went along with it. I believe another person they were looking at was Halle Berry, but she just must not have nailed the role, or probably didn't even want it. I do believe she would have killed it as well, though. So when it comes to roles being switched around with the race and everything, I don't give a shit. Just play the parts good. Is that too much to ask for? Also, is it too much to ask from Hollywood to not label everyone a racist just because they don't like something? Don't really feel like bringing it up, but the new Little Mermaid, I think, it's at like 1.6 million dislikes to only like 300,000 likes. It's one of the most ratioed videos of this year, possibly of all time, and it's just going to get worse. And a lot of people that are disliking it, they're getting called racist for no reason. A lot of the criticism actually stems from the hair, it seems like. How you gonna fuck the hair up? I know Disney had like a little thing where they tried to explain it, but I don't give a fuck. If she would have had flowing red hair, I guarantee at the very least, the ratio would have been like in the middle. That's like people's biggest issue. She's got a good voice. I made fun of it a little bit just because it was something to make fun of that wasn't the race thing. But she's got a stellar voice. It's just weird that it's a black mermaid in a series where for 200 years almost, it was a white mermaid. So I can see why people are like, what the? That's weird. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Little Mermaid, when it was first written, was like in the early 1800s. That's where a lot of Disney actually pulled from, is from old folk and fairy tales and shit. So when you have a character that's been the same for hundreds of years, has multiple movies, TV series, appearances, books, everything, where you have it set in one way, and then you change it on people, it's jarring as fuck, and it's going to make them question what the movie's really going to be about. Because a lot of times when they do this shit, it's basically the virtue signal. Look at the Rings of Power, for example. They're trying to like throw out that it's like the most diverse cast, and if you don't like this, you're racist. Like that's kind of their MO. And the reason people don't like it is not because that there's people of color in it. I could give a fuck less. It's the fact that nobody knows anything about Tolkien at all that wrote it. They just don't care. They've rebuffed people that are actual experts on Tolkien, and Peter Jackson, who is basically an expert as well, rebuffed many people, and it's an actual fan fiction. This has nothing to do with Lord of the Rings. It's a fantasy world they threw Lord of the Rings on just to sell it. And it's so bad, even Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, and IMDb, which are the only two semi-positive ratings with the show, everybody else just like bombs it. Even Jeff Bezos' son was like, Dad, please don't fuck this up, because he is a huge Lord of the Rings fan. He has been radio silent ever since it premiered, at least to what I can see. So even his son was like, man, you fucked this one up. And when they premiered it, a big focus point was, hey, we're blackwashing this. Look at all this diversity, which if you're gonna tote diversity for something, it seems like more often than not, it's gonna suck because you're trying to push an agenda instead of trying to tell a compelling story. If it just would have been good, if they just would have listened to the people that know dudes work, I don't think it'd be getting hated on. It has nothing to do with race. It really doesn't. For a small minute people out there, for like the 0.5% of racist people left in the world, maybe I'd say 0.5%. I don't think people as racist as the media wants you to believe that we all are. For that little percent, yeah, they're assholes. Fuck them to the moon. Just get the fuck out of here. Fuck them. But most of their criticism is super valid. When it comes to many things that are either white or blackwashed, it's either good or it's bad. And for a lot of people that are like, oh, they don't like The Little Mermaid because it's a black chick playing it. What about Wakanda Forever, which is primarily a black cast? Like, it's almost all black people playing this movie, and it's overwhelmingly positive reception. Everybody is so stoked for this movie. So if you were a racist, would you go after just the thing where it shows a black person for like 4 seconds singing a high note? Or would you go after a whole cast of black people and just bulldoze them all down at once? Just, like, wouldn't that be like the ultimate win? I personally think that you're going to take down more people with a buckshot than with a 22. I just feel like it's the spread. It's the spread, man. 2 last things I want to say. You are not racist for having an opinion. Okay? There are racist opinions, for sure, but you're not racist just for pointing something out or just for suggesting something. You're not racist. Don't let the media, don't let Hollywood tell you any fucking different. Last thing, think with your wallet. I know Rings of Power is bad. I just know it is. Just by seeing clips of it, by trusted people that I like to watch that have reviewed it. It's just bad. It's not Tolkien. I don't want to watch it. It's fan fiction. It looks like shit. It looks like a YouTube Red series, in my opinion, which is funny because it's like the most expensive series of all time. So I'm just not going to watch it. The Little Mermaid, I'm still reserved a little bit because I haven't seen enough of it. They showed a little bit of a clip of something. There's a lot of things that could be changed. Remember Sonic? Remember the Sonic movie? How it looked all deformed? Like somebody took 2 Pokemon that weren't supposed to mate and just crammed them together? It looked horrible. But then they listened to the fans, they reworked a bunch of shit, and it ended up a pretty damn good movie. It was actually a good video game movie. Not great, but a good video game movie, which might as well be great. So they could listen to the fans, and they could try and fix a couple things about this. Or they're going to put it out anyways, and they're going to call you racist if you don't like it.